Apparently, women like a man who can bake. Apparently, women like a man with a sense of humor too, but despite being both funny and a man who can make cookies from scratch, women currently aren't fighting each other to the death for a chance of having a chunk of me stuck inside them. Regardless, today I show you how to make a cake, and since it's nearly Halloween, it's going to be a trick-or-treat cake. What's a trick-or-treat cake? Well, be patient and you'll find out. Christ. First things first, get your stuff together. This one's going to be easy. We're using a mix, nothing from scratch. Get some pans. I'm going to be making a strange layer cake, so I'm using these, but bonus points if you get a bundt cake pan lying around. It makes it look better. You'll need the cake mix. This one costs like $2. It's chocolate. Women's magazines say some women like chocolate better than sex, but I've never seen a girl orgasm after eating chocolate. You'll need these eggs. You'll need some cooking oil. You'll need a water source, so sorry if you're watching this from a hut in Kenya. You'll need this big bowl to mix everything in. And then once it's all done, you'll need cake icing and this bowl of Halloween candy, which we're going to stick all over the cake. Read the instructions on the box, unless you're illiterate, in which case, go get an education before attempting this cake. Oven dial goes to 350, as the box says, and now it's time to start sticking things into a bowl. Here's the cake mix, 3 eggs, water, and oil. Whisk this mixture a little bit so it starts blending a little, then bust out the old mixer and go to town on it. Don't have a mixer? Well, your mom does. I saw it in her cupboards the other night when I was fucking her and got hungry and went looking for a snack. Borrow it from her. Once the mixture is looking all creamy, spray your pan or pans, and then start pouring cake mix into them. I cut out the pouring part because it was boring. Stick them into your hot oven because this part is super exciting. And now you need to kill some time waiting half an hour or whatever the box says for your sized pan. You could play some NBA Jam on Fire Edition. You could shadow box with oven mitts on in your kitchen. And you could read the idiotic comments people post on your YouTube videos.
I could really see this dude is really dumb and does not listen to rap music. Fucking retards.
Cake's out of the oven. Check to make sure it's done by giving it a poke with a toothpick, preferably one you haven't already used to pick corn out of your face. Comes out looking relatively clean, then it's done. If a little bit comes back, it's close enough. I want this cake to be moist. Moist. Yeah, I'm 12, whatever. Let it cool for about 15-20 minutes, and then take it out of the pans with some super graceful flipping techniques displayed here and here. And let it cool on its special cake pedestal. If you don't have one of those, I guess a plate'll do. Now before we ice the bitch, you've got to let it completely cool. Guess that means time for some more NBA Jam.
Final score is 41-33.
Fucking right it is.
Check out another viewer comment.
You just lost a subscriber due to this idiotic little rant. Go watch Occupy Reality by the Amazing Atheist and get the shit rightfully kicked out of you. Occupy my dickhole, fuckface.
And maybe admire your sweet desktop background.
Sweep the leg.
Whip up your whipped icing because you want it to spread smooth, and that won't happen if you just start scooping it out as is. Now spread it on. I'm using a butter knife, but if you have something fancier, you're welcome to use it. Several minutes later, chocolate and vanilla cake. Kinda boring, so let's take some of this candy here and add it to the top. M&M's and Reese's Pieces for the middle. Don't worry about presentation, just get the candy on there because we're going to hide this later under another cake. I'm going to use Buckley's big-ass knife to help me assist in getting the second layer on top. Check it out. As the kids say, cakes on cakes. Ice cake number 2. You'll notice I've taken bits of the cake with me. This is because the top was really soft. It happens. I probably should have let it cool more. Doesn't matter. We're going to cover it with candy anyway. Cake's iced out, and I'm out of icing. Now's a good time to mention that diabetics shouldn't eat this. Here's some Reese cups, stick them on top. Now it looks kind of like a snowman's stomach, which actually gives me an idea for Christmas. Anyway, I got more chocolate bars here, so I'm going to stick them on top. Add some more M&M's and Reese's Pieces, and there you have it. It's a trick-or-treat cake. Move all your beer out of the way to make room for the cake and put it in the fridge. I just so happen to have this cake caddy, but if you don't have such an item, make do with a plate and maybe a large bowl to cover it, because you don't want it to dry out. And that, my friends, is how to make a cake. Take it to work so the people there won't hate you as much. Go eat the whole thing in front of a bunch of hungry people at an Occupy rally. Take it to a bar, approach a woman and say, "I made this, do you want to come and have sex with me while we eat it?" Or just sit alone in the dark, crying and eating it as you normally would. Either way, you now have a delicious cake, and whether you're a limp-dick little pansy or an unfeeling monster or somewhere in between, everyone loves cake.